My dudes and dudettes, welcome back to episode 208.
Welcome back.
Yeah, before we start this, I actually just wanted to mention our sponsors and affiliates real quick, because they have some cool-ass little briefs here.
Yes, we have a very important message from our sponsor, Exter. For all the fathers out there, we at the 2AM podcast firmly believe that every man should have a proper wallet, a proper duffel bag, and Exter, thankfully, has a Father's Day bundle sale.
I love to hear that, actually.
And you better act quick, actually, because it actually ends June 20th. But let me give you a little bit of an idea of what actually is included in this bundle.
There's a little too many actuallys there, but...
You can get a Parliament wallet, the aluminum card holder, carbon fiber card holder, the wallet for the Apple AirTag, a tracker card, a key case, 7-in-1 tool card, and much more included in one of these Father Day bundles. So,
dude, let me just tell you this. If you like fidget toys, this is probably one of the best. You just do this all day. You're like, oh,
good old fidget toy.
Yeah, look at that. So sexy, you know?
So yeah, if you want to look sleek, if you want to get a gift for one of the fathers out there, or if you're a father yourself, use code 2AM with the link in our description. You can get up to 35% off of this Father's Day bundle. And again, it ends quickly, so June 20th, make sure you get it before then, and you should be golden.
Make sure you're picking up Zins in style. Oh, man. Anyway, our second sponsor today is Portal. Portal Sleep is the ultimate sleep that you're going to get ever. It supports vivid dreams, it supports mood, and enhances the best, cognitive feeling, I would say. The next day, I just feel amazing.
Feel fantastic.
Yeah, I feel refreshed and well slept.
Like you've been vividly floating through the clouds in your dreams.
Yeah, and the best part is it's not one of those supplements that you hate taking because it tastes like crap. It tastes phenomenal.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
It's the perfect mixture that they include with chamomile. And go ahead and check it out. We got you some money-saving opportunity here.
Code 2AM. Again, code 2AM for all of these products. And what else do we have on the line?
On the line, we have Vital Red Light. You ever heard of Vital Red Light?
I don't think I have.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Even though I've been using it for the past year and a half.
Literally. Okay, so Vital Red Light is the perfect thing, I think, that is paired with the sleep supplement Portal. Why? Because it supports sleep on its own. Really deep sleep. The best way I can describe it is that it's like sitting in the sun all day and you get that euphoric, tired feeling, but you want to stay up, you know. You feel like your brain is at a good flow, at a good state to just do things like read or meditate. Maybe even watch some cartoons. I don't know.
Who knows?
Whatever floats your boat. Other than that, it keeps you looking youthful and supports collagen production. It is also the best way to just spend a Sunday afternoon, morning, night.
It's great for energy as well. If you're somebody who struggles with chronic fatigue, Red Light is perfect for you.
Yes, sir. Save some money by using code 2AM again for that sponsor. Look at my eyes.
You've got beautiful eyes. And then lastly on the lineup, we have our new edition, Rare Bird Coffee, Paraxanthine Power, for all of you who are big coffee enthusiasts but don't want to experience any of the jitters or anxiety, that feeling of crawling out of your skin. I know that's one of the worst. And we were actually just done shooting a little bit of advertisement for it?
Yeah, a little promo for them.
Yeah, so the stuff is amazing. Paraxanthine all the way.
Yeah.
Check out all the benefits on that with our work and rarebird.coffee. And again, code 2AM for 20% off with the link in the description.
You will not regret it. Yeah, dude. Rare Bird Coffee has replaced my Alpha Brain. I no longer need to take supplements for focus.
Alpha Brain is nothing compared to this.
Dude, tell me about it. I mean, Alpha Brain, dude, you've only tried you haven't tried the powder.
I think I have tried the powder.
You have?
And I still was like, if it didn't knock my socks off, why am I taking it?
It saved my life when I was in Vegas, bro.
Really?
I was on like a 4-day event thing, and we had to get up really early and sleep late because we were partying all night. And I remember having it after coffee, and it was just like, dude, if I didn't have it, I would have been screwed mentally, communication-wise and talking to people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it works, but that's the cool thing about Rarebird is that it's a complete replacement of that.
It is actually.
It's an all-in-one. What do you know?
And then should we do a little impromptu, actually, little explanation of one of the things that we're exploring right now, one of the new products?
Sure.
Let me grab it real quick.
So this is actually a surprise for you guys.
Hold it up for the audience.
I got you.
Notable focus. Now, what has your experience on this stuff been like? Because for me, it's been incredible, especially when combined with caffeine.
It is a nice little supplement that carries your brain in directions that you wish you could go to, I would say. Now the thing is I have experimented with it while just being still and reading, and then while doing active work. And it generally gave me the same type of feeling, which was endless energy. I know it claims 2 hours, right? 2 hours of focus, flow, and that sort, but it's more than that, I would say.
For me, it's like 5 to 6 hours, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Mine's like a full day.
It's one of the most long-lasting focus supplements that I've ever tried.
Yeah. The best thing about it is that you feel like your concentration is on another level, as if you're a different person for the day.
Dude, it's kind of like, have you ever tried Lion's Mane?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where you can look at a wall and almost like stare through it.
Yeah.
That level
like
of
a
focus.
laser beam.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember taking it on set for one of the projects that I was working on, and I remember my brain. I do this often without it. Okay, so I remember that day was completely different. Why? My focus on the screen, like if I needed to look on the screen or the monitor to see what was happening in the scene, I remember my focus was just so immense that it felt like everything was vibrating. Okay. Second thing is if you have to shift your focus from that to another thing, you do that pristinely. Like all of a sudden it's like that screen effect, but it's for the real life. Like what's happening. I'm able to direct better.
Yeah, I can see that.
Find out. It even sparks a different side of creativity where you're not really lazy about how to do this right here. You would actually take the time to perfect it. And it's kind of cool because that's where the energy is, I think, for me, is that it takes a lot of the laziness or the lazy thought out, and it just filters into only doable, only
the purest thought out there.
Dude, like it just helps. It helps immensely. And
Let me
like I said, it just makes you feel like a different person.
Yeah.
Because you're operating with a different brain today.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you a little bit about the ingredients here. So we have Auroxylum indicum, bark extract, L-tyrosine, polygala root extract, and then L-theanine. That's all it contains, but because this is so beautifully crafted together with all of the synergistic effects and the right ingredients, I mean, it's just fantastic. Notable has really knocked this out of the park. So
yeah,
especially when paired with caffeine.
It's been a really notable time.
It's been a really notable time.
Oh man, I wish I was on it right now, but I think it's a little too much.
It's a little too much stimulation.
Yeah, I think a Zyn will do it.
Dude, this is what I want to bring up.
What?
What is up with this alien UFO Las Vegas incident?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The one where there's no surveillance footage whatsoever.
Apparently no surveillance footage. This is a pretty crazy event, to be honest, because I looked into it. We have multiple reports, mainly from the family. This thing apparently landed in their backyard, and apparently 2 8 to 10 foot creatures with big eyes and very skinny. Really creepy, actually. But we also have police officers who can corroborate the events and who are pretty freaked out by it too.
Yeah, they were clueless. They were like, you know what? Don't call us. Just deal with this on your own, type of thing. As a joke. Scary? I don't know. I wasn't really scared. I was more like, finally.
Finally.
Finally. Like, my thoughts are coming. Like, the thoughts that I had where I was, like, in disbelief before, just, it makes it more believable now.
Yeah.
The thing is what I don't like is how fast the government just comes in and swoops everything.
That was crazy, huh?
They came in like black Suburbans.
Apparently, that was a few days after the incident, but
I heard that was the same day.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was nighttime when it crashed.
Okay.
So for anyone that doesn't know, a UFO had crashed. Okay. The police were called, and the police body cam had actually captured a flare in the sky that went down.
Well, not a flare, like the object. Flying.
The object, yeah, but it looked like a flare.
Looked
from
like one,
whatever video footage. And everyone was intrigued. Now, there's a little Latino family that lives out in, I don't know where that is, Vegas? Nevada?
Somewhere in Vegas.
Somewhere in Vegas, yeah. And it happened to land in their backyard. They had a bunch of vehicles there, like tractors and whatnot, work vehicles. And they called the police. Why? Because they said that when they opened the gate to go check it out, they were in a little bit of a fearful moment. So they kept going forward and coming back, and trying to get recording of what was going on. But they swore up and down that they saw two figures that were 8 to 10 feet and had big eyes.
Yeah.
I know what everyone's thinking. Why is it the generic alien that we know of? Why is it the signs type of alien where they're long and tall?
Even bigger than the signs ones.
The signs ones were like maybe 8 feet.
But it was on point in terms of like the description of the skin color. Like green, grayish.
That's weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah. So does that mean that Hollywood has had the right idea this whole time because of incidents that we've already discovered back in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, 30s?
That's a good question.
20s? Keep going down. But
I firmly believe that. I mean, why do we have this example like this, what do you call it? This layout of what an alien specifically looks like.
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, like that balloon head with like E.T.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Where did that come from? That's what I'm saying. Is that from real? Is that derived from real life?
Maybe. But it's very interesting because I've never heard an account of 8 to 10 foot figures, because that's pretty insane.
We've never had anyone, a typical average person, say, "I saw one." Now they saw two.
Yeah, and they were genuinely terrified. One of the kids said that they had faces that looked like demons, like very threatening, which is interesting. But I tried to analyze one of the original videos on TikTok, and you have people who are like, "Oh, look, they're right here and they're over here," and they apply different filters and all this sort of stuff. I couldn't see anything specifically. It was very hard to make out, which is frustrating because it's 2023, and they were all strapped in the video. So, why not push the boundaries and explore a little bit? Actually get it on camera.
That's no, dude. I mean, you don't know what you're dealing with. Plus, in the moment, it's kind of like fleeing a car accident. Like, let's just say you crashed your car into a ditch and it flew 80 feet down below, and you survived and you got out, right? And then you managed to get some cell network. So you get out of the ditch, you walk like a mile up, and then you call someone, and they're like, "Explain where you are." You're just gonna be like, "Oh, well, whatever."
Your eyes are glazed over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in a fearful moment like that, you'd probably be.
I mean, of course, this is probably just
Possibly.
bravado speaking from me.
Yeah. But I examined that from every angle, and then there's also there's a video where everyone's saying you can see the figure right behind the gate, like where the dad was standing, and he's right behind the gate, and then you can see his fingers crawling through. Why? Because there's a shadow, and I'm like, dude, they had flash on.
Yeah.
Have you seen how flash operates when there's objects in between?
That's what I was thinking. It was just lighting effect.
Yeah. So.
But I just wanted to see it so bad, dude.
Yeah, it's like the video you sent me was the one where it was there was someone blinking in the tractor. Like you can see two shiny eyes.
Oh yeah.
And it blinks, but I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see until they land in the stew. Hopefully.
Bro, imagine they caught it in 4K daylight.
People would not believe it.
AI video, bro.
I mean, we would probably struggle to believe it if we actually did catch something like that.
I would not struggle.
You would not?
Bro, knowing that my hands are stable, first of all. Okay.
You've got some stable hands.
I immediately know what angle to get based off of my eyes before the camera. So it's kind of I don't know. If I see something, I'm going to try my best.
Why can't they land in your backyard? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Because that video, what it seemed like to me was that it was the mother being scared for her children, so she was just filming her children.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing going on where it was Let me explore the tractor. Let me zoom into the tractor quickly. Let me
Yeah.
just get what's happening there. It's more like what's happening here in our backyard.
Yeah, I do think there is some reality to the situation, because when you look at like the black SUVs, the kid took a picture of where the actual saucer landed, and it left a circle mark or whatever it is, and then you see the video of them going into the backyard the moment it happened, and they were like terrified. They had guns out, and there was a moment where all of them stopped and they're like, "No, we're not going that way."
Mm-mm.
They were. I mean, I just think it's true up to a certain point, but of course, we're not going to have any real evidence, I guess.
Yeah, could be fabricated. See, we live in a time where we can pay a family as a government to just hold up this whole story.
That's
Right.
true.
Practice for a week.
Practice your testimonies.
I swear I don't know what happened. No. But like at the same time, let's just say it's true, and we'll give the benefit of the doubt and everyone's telling the truth. This is awesome.
This is amazing. Hopefully they don't destroy us, but
Sending a message. I did read something interesting on Contact Tour's page today
did
about
you?
the waves that are being transmitted for communication. So we're used to hertz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me find this. It's on his IG.
Shout out to Contact Tour on Instagram.
Yeah, man. He's onto something cool. I love his mission. Let's see here. No,
Is it gone?
it is gone.
The feds.
But anyway,
They
he was
removed
talking about it was waves of energy that we don't know of yet, but they're led to believe that these waves hold communication within them. So think of like a text message
But through sound or through vibration. or
through a
whatever.
vibration of some sort, and it's not hertz. And
Well, what kind of waves do we have that we know of? Are there many different
so
types?
we have like kilohertz, we have like light waves, we have all sorts of other waves, but this is a new discovery. And I think it's because of how much we've gathered from spacecraft, extraterrestrial belongings and things like that. And obviously down to the aliens
Yeah.
themselves. I think there was a report saying that there was about 5,571 total collections to date.
It's a lot.
That's a ton, dude.
And then we had that whistleblower who worked who was a high ranking.
In the military?
Yeah, in the military. And he just came out with everything. He was like, yeah, well, apparently we have like 12 craft from an unidentified area in space and all this other stuff. And I'm like,
Dude.
well, it's beginning to heat up.
It is.
It certainly
And
is.
I feel like the Pentagon and everyone needs to kind of be public about it at this point.
You know how they
Join
are.
forces and just everything needs to become public, but you know how it is.
It's a
Just
matter
sworn
of
to secrecy.
national security.
Yeah. For potential threats.
Yeah. Even though they're like trying to like reverse engineer
Yeah.
all that stuff and develop weapons to
Maybe-
blow the Chinese out of the water.
Dude, maybe the aliens are just trying to tell us the key to happiness, but we're just like refusing it. No.
What do you think the key to happiness from their perspective is?
I don't know. It's their perspective. That's why. Let them talk.
Let the boys talk. You should put. What were you using before this?
What?
The synthesizer or something.
Oh, the autotune?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was using autotune. We were doing some Travis Scott vocals before we started this episode. I don't know why.
It's too funny.
Oh, man, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that raises when you think about alien life and space, right? Because we still hear about, new images of Mars and what that looks like. And then you kind of like want to zoom in there and just be like, what does that texture even look like? What are we missing out on?
Or the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
We never see the dark side of the moon. Obviously, it's implied in the sentence. And
It's because the moon is flat. I told you this over and over.
obviously, it's a pancake.
It's a hole in
The
the
moon
sky.
is a McGriddle. It's just straight. It's just
Disgusting,
flat.
bro. That's disgusting. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I think about it, it just takes me on a journey in my head to where I'm like, What are we missing out on? What is their real purpose? Are they real? Or is it something that we're just messing with here in the media?
You know, that's very interesting that you bring up that point, because I saw there was a heat map of all the UFO sightings of globally from like a 30,000-foot view, and apparently most of them have taken place in in like North America.
There we go. Because if I think about it, I go, okay, what other stories do you hear about across the world? What are nations doing about this? They don't seem like they care too much.
But then again, it's not true, because we have accounts from Russia, we have accounts from China, and all these different countries. So I'm thinking, like, who made this heat map?
Yeah, but it's not like they have their own Pentagon where they're just like, this is a national security. No, they don't. They're not really focused on that.
No, they are. It is like that. Like, they have documents going back to like the 50s and 60s, Russian ones, Chinese ones, of UFOs flying over nuclear bases and stuff like that.
Okay, so my question is this a culture thing here in North America?
I feel like it's more of a culture thing here.
Look, we have nothing better to do, so we might as well just do that. Or are they? I don't know. You know, I feel like other countries, like the people themselves, are just focused on other things.
Sure, I mean, you can definitely make that argument.
That's just kind of the feeling I get.
Hmm.
You know, like, why are we obsessed with the moon landing?
Why are Americans obsessed with conspiracy theories?
I don't know. You see what I mean?
You know, I think it's because we're inherently distrustful of our government.
Because it was created late.
Because a lot of conspiracy theories are true, or have been proven to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And because we are American, and we've separated ourselves from the British a while back, we have this, like, these are my guns.
Yeah.
These are my beliefs, and I don't trust the government at all.
Yeah.
Like that type of mentality.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very interesting times we live in. But
yeah, we talk about aliens too much.
no, not really. not nearly enough. It's just kind of like, it gives me an eerie feeling. Like, what if they come here and they already have like a, you know, detonation button, but they're not pressing it yet. And that's the real nuke, you know? What if that's the case?
What if?
Well, we need to hurry up and let them talk.
Speaking of, Oppenheimer needs to hurry up.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch that, bro.
That's going to be lit, dude, right before Barbie. Are you going to watch Barbie first? And then
No. Why would I watch Barbie?
I'm going to watch Barbie, bro.
Who's in it? Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling. What's her name? I was going to say Emma Stone, but no.
Well, here's my question. What's the plot going to be like? How do you put Barbie into a movie?
I just think about it like this. It's a really colorful movie that must have been so hard to film. So I'm just going to go there and appreciate what is happening. And it's like prestigious actors, too.
Yeah, sure.
High-level actors, so why not, you know? It's not like we have freaking Denzel Washington's son with, you know, Kristen Stewart here.
You got a point there.
Yeah, so
Denzel Washington's son.
there's just two actors I like. And it's kind of like, okay, let's see what this is about. We all know what Barbie is, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like, since is it PG-13 or PG? I don't know, but I feel like it's just more pointed towards adults for some reason.
Wait. Here's a thought that just popped up in my head.
What?
How are they going to push a Barbie movie, which is basically within the guidelines of traditional gender roles, in this kind of environment? Have they just completely discounted like all this, like
we don't know
gender fluid stuff and all that?
We might have to watch it first.
Transgender Barbie?
Dude, no, there's no way. I don't know, but maybe two characters making out or something. But
yeah, I'm very interested to, like, I think Oppenheimer is going to be
phenomenal.
It's going to be a top 10 movie.
Yeah,
do you think in our lists?
Yeah, 100%. Because Nolan is just crazy when it comes to filmmaking, and Nolan is just crazy as a person. Like, Nolan doesn't have a cell phone. Do you know that? He has a normal flip phone or whatever that thing is.
What a guy.
And he lives the real life. Like, he's in his head. He's just surrounded by people. He does this, that. Merely uses it for communication. Doesn't really carry it around. He leaves it places like at home.
When you're that rich, you've got that much leverage, sure.
Yeah, or when you're the greatest storyteller, or one of.
And then what's main actor's name? Cillian Murphy?
Yeah, Cillian Murphy.
From what I've heard, this is his best performance ever.
And it's his main. It's his first main with Nolan. Like, he's appeared in Nolan movies all the time.
Ooh.
But he's always been a side character.
It's going to be so good.
Dude, and it coming from him, like, being a beast at Peaky Blinders, Thomas Shelby, this is just, I think, the perfect role for him.
And what's cool is that it's not some, like, airy-fairy movie. It's based on real factual events.
Yeah.
Like, I believe they had someone play Albert Einstein.
Yeah, see, I'm going to get to that part real quick. Someone was like, because Elon Musk posted this on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. It was a screenshot.
I think so.
And it was like Albert Einstein from the movie. It was a little still frame. And then he was like, Einstein's in this. And then someone was like, who's he playing? And he's like, Albert Einstein.
The most fried question of all time.
That was pretty funny. Gave me a little chuckle. Yeah, but I think this year is going to be maybe pretty decent for movies this summer. Equalizer 3 is coming out September 1st as well.
Oh, baby. I've loved that series.
Yeah, right?
I have loved that series.
Dude, remember Equalizer 2? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so obviously starts off in Istanbul, Turkey, on the train.
Yep.
Right? Then he like messes up that dude. And then he's working as a taxi. Forgot where. It's in New York. Let's just say it's New York. It's a city somewhere. And he's like, he picks up this chick from like downstairs of an apartment, like a penthouse apartment. And these two dudes like put her in there, and she's like really like out of breath and all this stuff.
I do remember that scene. Yeah.
And he goes back upstairs, and then he knocks on the door, and they're all druggies or whatever. They're all just rich people, and they're like, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he's like, "I tried charging your card, but it didn't work. Do you have another one?" And he's like, "Yeah, come on in. Give me 1 second." And then like everyone's kind of like being silent and weird and awkward, and they like stopped what they were doing. And I just remember in my head, I'm like, this clever motherfucker, bro. This guy is on another level right now. He's about to start murking them one by one.
Listen, unlike the Fast and Furious franchise where they created like, what are we on, 10?
Yeah, 10 part 1.
You can make 20 Equalizers and I'll watch every single one of them.
Yeah.
Denzel never goes out of style. That guy's the GOAT.
And,
he's
a G, bro.
I just like the concept of the movie too. I've always loved that type of script.
Where he's like to himself, he just, messes with his watch.
But he's secretly badass and just like, people don't expect it of him.
He's like an ex-assassin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, badass. Yeah, man, that's another exciting movie to be looking forward to. Because it brings out the testosterone again in movies.
IT, baby.
Yeah, I love that. A lot of cool things. A lot of zinful nights.
I was going to mention something, but I forgot.
You
can take over for me. No.
It's not about zins, bro.
It's not about nicotine pouches.
Damn, dude. Let me go back to this here and talk about the shark attack recently in Egypt.
Oh, what a great topic.
Yeah, dude. So I'm sure everyone has heard. I don't know if everyone has heard, actually. Is this common news between us or? Anyway.
It went pretty viral on Twitter.
Yeah. So in the city of Hurghada, in Egypt, it's pretty much like a bunch of resorts on a beach, and it's a pretty touristy area out in the Red Sea. And what happened was there was a Russian tourist that was swimming in the ocean, and there was a boat out in the distance, and the boat happened to be just coming nearby, but this guy looked like he was drowning at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, and people just started recording like, oh my God, like what's happening, And then all of a sudden you see a pool of blood just rush from under him. And you're like, what? And then you see two fins, and you see the main fin and the tail fin. And this shark literally just mauling at him from the bottom. You can tell.
Dude,
he's getting sucked under.
The shark was so big, I thought it was 2 sharks originally.
Really?
Yeah.
It was pretty big. It wasn't the biggest I've seen, but it was pretty big for a tiger shark, I would say.
Yeah, tiger sharks, by the way, most aggressive shark out there. Definitely more aggressive than great whites.
In terms of attacking?
Just attacking people.
Yeah.
Whatever they see, they will eat.
So they called it a rare attack for some reason. Seems like maybe there aren't that many sharks there year round, but
it's just globally. I think 10 people die a year from shark attacks. Maybe that's United States. Maybe that's globally. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's incredibly rare.
Anyway, seeing that video was just hella distressing, and I did not know what to really say or think about, other than, you know, just
It's sad.
it's sad, but that's the reality of the ocean type of thing.
Yeah. And there were two moments that really like just struck a chord with me. It was just like that one moment where he's being dragged around like a rag doll.
Yeah, and he's screaming.
Yeah. And then there was this other moment towards the end of the actual video where the shark comes around. He basically like I think he goes from under, he comes around and he goes for his neck.
Yeah,
I was
that's when
like,
it's gone.
That is a rough way to go out.
Yeah, just eaten into parts. Oh. But anyway, man, I saw some horrific comments on that.
Like what?
Again, people are arguing on Twitter
About what?
about like, oh, that's what happens when you go into his home. Like, what do you expect? And it's like, bro, man, get the hell out of here.
These people are looking for
And
an
then
argument.
they hunted the shark, obviously, right? And they brought him to shore, and he's basically dead because there's no water, right? People are like, why would you kill the shark? That's a stupid thing that Egyptians are doing for killing the shark and bringing him to shore. Like, he's just doing what a shark does. And I'm like, dude, no one is thinking of the logic behind this. Let's get his remains so we can have a proper burial or something. There's none of that, you know? There's like, why'd you kill the shark? Well, his body parts are inside him. I don't know what you want me to say. Right? It's not like, oh, that bad shark. Let's go get him.
Well, then what's the logic? If you kill one tiger shark, then why not kill all of them from that standpoint? I mean, I can kind of get it, why they would go out and kill that shark. But again, it's like this is nature doing what nature does.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like us humans, like we've gotten to a point where we've evolved to learn about, you know, how to operate things. So like they're at the Sheraton Hotel on the beach. You know, this is their vicinity and whatnot. So they're going to claim that land and they're going to act in that way, I think. So if the shark is hovering there for 10 hours, they're going to be like, you know what, get the shark, bro. Like, we're done here.
Sure.
We're losing business.
Yeah. Well, I can see it from that standpoint,
You know?
certainly.
There's many aspects you could think about this from.
And then let's think about what humanity, I mean, you say the word evolved. In this specific context, I think we were barbaric. Like, think about how many sharks we kill a year, especially in Asia and in places like that where people kill sharks just to have their fins, to make shark fin soup.
That's stupid.
Like, they
It
will
has no
literally,
benefit.
they will annihilate the shark, take it on board, chop off the fins, and throw the carcass into the water.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think about it like this, okay? If your parents wanted your body for a burial, right? And they said, well, it's in the shark, and the shark is right there, but we're not going to kill him because of... Then it's just like, the way I see it is like one for one, you know? It's humans arguing with logic about, you know, their own feelings and whatnot. And then to them, like, are you going to put a shark above a human, you know, type of thing? It goes back to the same thing with pit bulls, you know?
Oh, did you see that other video?
What other video?
With the pit bull going for the puppy?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh.
Bro, like, see, and then everyone's like, this is why he's not on a leash. I was like, you think if he's on a leash, he's not going to, like, literally drag you with him?
That is a huge topic of debate on Twitter.
Yeah.
And just generally, like, just pit bulls as a dog, it's a very hot topic.
Yeah, they're like bad dogs, bad owners. And I'm like, I don't think any leash would rescue anyone from whatever's going on inside his head, you know?
It's a pit bull. It's a
It's a pit
monster
bull.
of an animal.
You got to know the nature of it.
I mean, I love pit bulls, but if we think about how we've bred them over time, just a lot of people have bred them as fighting dogs. So is there a real genetic component to that aggression?
I don't know, man. I've heard stories where the pit bull was chilling for 13 years, and then one moment out of that 15 years, just triggered. Nice family.
You don't hear that with Labradors or any other dogs like that.
You certainly don't hear it with golden retrievers.
No, not at all. Those are the most loving creatures on the planet.
Yeah. So there's tiers of pets. That's the way I see it. But I guess nobody wants to see that too.
Yeah. What kind of dog would you have?
Interesting. I like black labs, honestly. They're cool.
Yeah.
They're stylish.
Yeah. Carson, who we had as a previous guest, has a black lab.
Yeah, they're
Dotty.
they're nicely paired
Hmm.
with certain individuals, I think.
I think you definitely can't go wrong with a golden retriever.
Yeah, they're loyal.
Huskies, from my experience, so much energy,
Hmm.
so much shedding, just too much.
You have to live a lifestyle where you're at home a lot.
Yeah.
100% for a husky. You
Hmm.
got to go hiking all the time.
Twice a day.
Hit up the Alps twice a day.
Oh my God.
Basically a wolf at that point.
Basically.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what the deal is with the whole Pitbull thing, but it's one of those topics that pisses me off because it's just like I want people to act like people and just stop being like, we place animals on such a pedestal to where like, okay, then we might as well just stop eating animals. We might as well be PETA at this point. You can't eat steak all the time and then just be like, I love all animals equally. No, you have to know the nature of things and what is well paired,
That's a great point. I think people, like, if people are honest with themselves, they do place animals on a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about killing crickets
Mm-hmm.
or ants.
Mm-hmm. It's also like persona and style and like lifestyle, and it all has to match, and no one likes to accept it. They all deny it, but it's just like when you think of what you want, you think of it visually, right? What looks good on me, what I need. It's not really the functionality aspect of it,
It's more of
So
the
it's like-
appearance.
For example, I can think of a lot of people that go, I like huskies. Huskies are sick. Okay, why are they sick? Have you looked into it? Did you know they shit a lot? Did you know that they need to walk like hundreds of miles a day? Did you know that? If I told you all these facts, then you'd just be like, okay, that's kind of like demotivating me. Why would I want to be that? Like, I had to change my identity at that point.
Yeah.
To some people. But they look sick. So I just go get one and then find out that I need to give it up for adoption now because I don't, I've seen that happen a lot of times.
Yeah, that is sad. Do your
With
research
people I know.
before you get a dog.
Before you get a dog, before you get anything. That's kind of how it goes, Same thing with like, it's funny to me. Like, I'm just going to use the Dickies pants analogy here.
Okay.
They came into style. Do you know what Dickies pants are? They're like contractor pants.
Yeah.
They're not comfortable at all. Okay. So when you're going for comfort wear, why are we wearing Dickies?
So they're just pure functionality.
They're pure functionality. They're for one role. Like, that's what they're meant for, And then we bring it into style, and they're just like, yeah, but they look sick. So we're just going to, like, I'm going to sit here uncomfortably as long as I look sick.
As long as I look cool. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
It's just funny to me. Like, you're not being honest with yourself when it comes down to it.
I've never tried on a pair of Dickies.
It's
Have
like
you?
I have, yeah. I have a couple pairs. I used to wear Dickies like in high school too.
How uncomfortable is it?
Bro, they're like thick, rashy material if you rub it hard enough on your skin. Like,
Just like burning your skin.
yeah, and in some parts like they're tight, and some parts they're loose, and so, like you're just like, and they're hella low rise.
Decide which kind of pants you are. Like, what is this?
I don't know. But I don't know. I believe that people lie to themselves more than they think.
Oh, 100%.
About a lot of things.
100%.
Like when everyone goes for an Apple Watch, but not knowing that there's a million other watches you can go with that probably fit your lifestyle more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about Fitbit, but there's many. There's like the Galaxy Watch, the Garmin Watch. The Garmin Watch has like literally step tracing GPS without any signal,
Wow.
so that you never get lost in like a field or some sort, or like a hike, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I see people that like take hikes seriously have an Apple Watch, and I'm like, why don't you have a Garmin, dude?
You don't
Like,
actually
that
take this
fits
seriously.
you, like, why do I have to assess this? But then I'm like, that's not my job to assess and whatever, But it's like it's those like thoughts that you have individually, like alone, where you're just like, I can see right through you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So and so has an Apple Watch, so you do too. Okay, I get it.
You can see that most clearly on social media.
Yeah, that's what social media is. It's kind of like this hub of a portfolio you don't actually live by. So
Just sharing your highlight reels,
Yeah.
even though a lot of them aren't really highlight reels.
It was like, I had sushi today. Oh my god, this whole day is wrapped around sushi and going up. But it was like, we don't even know if that was today.
That's a good point too. Yeah, you could have done that like 3 months ago, and now you're just posting, making
See
it
what I
seem like you're
mean?
doing it today.
It's fake, dude.
It is.
I just gotta keep up with like making myself happier through this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the cycle I think that causes a lot of depression.
I don't know. This younger generation is gonna have to find their way somehow.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to disconnect altogether.
Dude, I was walking out of Walmart the other day, and I generally I like being self-aware, especially like if I have to do things that are outside of home. I'll sometimes leave my phone at home, right?
Yeah.
If I do take it, it's for music, or in case someone wants something on the way or whatever. Like I'll get a text message, but I'm not on social media whenever I have my phone like outside of here. And I kind of treat it like a console, kind of like a gaming system, I'm not going to take an Xbox everywhere I go, It's going to be one vicinity type of thing.
Only dedicated to this.
Yeah,
use.
to this house, to whatever. So I was walking out of Walmart, and after browsing, and I got like into my own like different kind of headspace where I'm like, oh, this would be cool to have. Oh, what is this lamp? Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't know they released this game. You're playing the game of Walmart right now. You're not really thinking about anything else, right?
Yeah.
So then I was in that zone, and I was walking out, and I was like, oh, wow, the sky looks nice, too. And I'm, like, holding my bag, just walking back to my car. And I see everyone around me just kind of, like, taking pictures and selfies. And then some of them are, like, by the car, like, doing TikToks. And there's every 10 people you see one person where he's, like, has the same thought as I do. Look at these idiots. And people were just in their phone, like no tomorrow. Like they're just like engaging right there through the screen. They're doing dances. They're doing like, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're like almost like selfie type of crap. And they're clearly taking videos. And I would say they're kids, but they weren't kids, bro.
Adults.
They're adults that probably think they're still kids because of this. And I was just like, man, that is sad. It is sad that I have plans this weekend and they don't. And what I mean by that is that I have plans to like go do something for my own brain.
For your own mental health.
Yeah. Something that my brain wants to experience or my eyes wants to see or whatever it is. But for them, sight, see, hear, smell is on their phone.
Yeah,
it's insane.
There are certain topics that we gravitate towards more than others, and I think technology use is one of them, just because it's such a big part of our lives today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fine balancing act between what was the differentiation you made. You're just using it for this specific use case as opposed to it being life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Separate. And I feel like they don't recognize that line, that partition between like life and phone.
And it's scarier because that line is going to get even more blurry as time goes on, especially now with the Apple Vision, all that other stuff.
Yeah, and being like getting started young.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have all these like tech savvy parents now, or younger parents that have kids and whatever. And since they're on their phones and kids mirror parents and parents are delusional, so then they hand it down. It's kind of like, this is a fucked system, And it's not like I'm trying to tell anyone what to do ever or anything like that, but I just go like, as a mass whole society, okay, more than 50%, that ruins things because we need people that are able, cordial, attentive to what the real world is. And it's disturbing for the most part to just see them kind of collapsing in that way where they can't identify what real world is.
Mm-hmm. And kids are always watching the parents.
Yeah.
Always, especially when they're toddlers and adolescents. They're always watching and they're mimicking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very...
Dude, Alan Watts has always been talking about technology and the advancement of it. From his book recently that I've been reading, The Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are. I just skimmed this, not skimmed, I just read this past part where he was talking about how technology advancement is not progression, actually. The technology is progressing, but us as humans are at a stand. Like, we're at a standby.
We're not evolving.
We're not evolving.
Yeah, with it.
So if anything, as you think you are getting farther because of the technology that has progressed, you have not gotten far at all.
And that's scary because you've wasted a lot of time and energy
Yeah.
thinking otherwise.
So whether you like it or not, your age is going, time is going. But by the time you hit that realization, you could be 58. And you're missing some key things from being a human that technology can't fix.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to start living. Straight up.
Yeah, and it starts with getting off of tech,
Mm-hmm.
or at least creating boundaries around it.
Yeah, identifying what it is, It is its own entity. It is not life. When you wrap your whole life around it, like, have a light switch forever. Okay? Don't do any of that, like, clapping, hey, Alexa, turn on the light shit,
Yeah, like, why do you need that?
Because then you're making it your life.
Yeah. It takes 2 seconds to flip the light switch.
Yeah.
Why do you need to say, hey, Alexa, turn off light switch?
Lazy syndrome.
It's just
Why do
dumb.
that? I could just be in bed and just turn it off with my voice.
And speaking to Alan Watts, like the work of the ego and like the concept of understanding who you truly are, what we're just doing with technology is just doubling the illusion.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Or tripling or quadrupling the illusion.
Yeah. When you quadruple it, it becomes a delusion.
Yeah. Which is very interesting.
Because you get caught up in that, and that becomes your reality. And when that becomes your reality, but there's an actual reality happening, you're doomed.
Like, let's think
Like,
about...
he talks about that.
Let's think about how many layers there are to you. So let's say you have your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You have an Instagram account.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that Instagram account is them. But then let's say you get rid of the phone. You have your body.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think they're the body, right? Let's just hypothetically get rid of that.
Yeah.
Now we have the mind.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think they're the mind. Get rid of that. That's when I think that's where you really start to tap into like who you are as an entity, as a soul.
Mm-hmm.
So there are at least like 3 to 5 layers that are convincing people that I don't even know.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who I am.
And that gets very tricky because people don't even know that they should do this work.
Yeah.
Like stripping the layers of the onion to really find the core of who you are.
Yeah. Interesting, because when you call out from work, you don't necessarily say, body is sick today, but I am fine.
Brain is sick.
Right?
Yeah.
But many of us identify with that. Like, we're just like, I am the body. The body is me.
I mean, it's a good practice too to understand, to like have a good understanding of what you are in reality. Like, you're not your leg. A lot of people lose their legs and they're still themselves.
Yeah.
You're not your mind.
So you're not your intrusive thoughts either.
It's just a stream of thoughts. It comes out spontaneously. So then what are you? You're not I. You're not the I which you refer to yourself as.
It's consciousness.
I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, and that's what the thing that phones deprive you of is consciousness.
Yeah.
Being conscious of, like, could you have potentially hurt someone yesterday without being conscious of it? That happens all the time. But if you practice conscious a lot and, being in the real world, you would be able to catch on to those things. How to act appropriately, or, how to not make anyone feel left out. Those are easy things that, you can just mistakenly do without meaning it.
Yeah.
And it's just weaker self-consciousness.
All the subtleties of socialization.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Takes you down the path of empathy and sympathy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, well,
I highly recommend everyone to check out the work of Alan Watts. I know you've probably heard his voice and whatnot through like chill step songs. But like, if you really just look into and read his words and all of his documents, there's a whole website to it dedicated called alanwatts.com.
A lot of other people like him too. Sadhguru.
Yeah.
Who else?
It's the way he articulates things and puts them into perspective that, it's a little bit deeper, but you can get it. And when you do, it'll make a lot of sense. And what's crazy to me is that it's timeless. So he'll talk about things where you're like, how's this relevant? This is so relevant today, even though this was written 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah. That's pure wisdom right there.
Yeah. So anyway, that goes to show you that humans don't really necessarily change, but we should expect change. That type of thing. Because we should progress as human beings and evolve rather than having technology make you think that you are progressing and evolving.
All starts with awareness.
And self-consciousness. Anyway, if you guys liked this episode, please give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the 2 AM Podcast. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more major streaming platforms. Go ahead and check out our affiliates and sponsors down in the link below. Use code 2AM to save anywhere, I think up to 20% off for most of them.
Yeah, 15 to 35% off.
Yeah. And don't forget Exter's Father's Day sale. Cool little combo there to save you money. And it's the perfect gift, honestly, for any man out there.
Get your dads looking right.
Yes, sir. Without further ado, we will catch you next time.
Peace.